Before we dive into one of the most fascinating creatures on Earth, make sure to hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now so you don't miss any of our exciting videos. Now, are you ready to discover one of the most incredible creatures in nature?
Let's talk about this frog that defies the laws of nature. In the world of nature, there are some creatures with abilities that leave us amazed. The wood frog is one of those mind-blowing creatures. This tiny creature, living in the forests of North America, completely challenges the cold and freezing nature. Imagine a cold winter night arriving. The temperature drops so low that everything on the ground freezes. But underneath the forest leaves, a tiny creature without any shelter freezes. It completely freezes. Its heart stops beating, its blood halts, and even its brain goes silent. But when spring comes back, this creature comes back to life, as if nothing ever happened. This is the wood frog. You may not believe it, but this creature survives the freezing cold and can stay completely motionless for months while its cells are frozen. This incredible phenomenon gives the wood frog a special ability to survive the severe cold that would be lethal to other amphibians. Now, let's get to know more about how this frog lives. Like most frogs, its life starts in water. They lay their jelly-like eggs in shallow, still water. After a few days, these eggs transform into tadpoles that swim in the water and gradually grow. Little by little, they grow legs, their tails disappear, and they are ready to enter the world outside the water. When spring comes around, the males start making special calls, similar to duck sounds. The females, hearing these calls, move toward them, and mating happens. Afterward, the females lay hundreds of eggs in the water, and their offspring are left to the mercy of nature. These frogs mate mostly during spring nights, and after mating, the females lay numerous eggs in the water's depth. The tadpoles usually hatch within 2 to 3 weeks and grow rapidly. But there is so much more to these frogs than just their survival in freezing temperatures. The wood frog's life cycle is deeply intertwined with the seasonal rhythms of the environment. As the seasons change, so does its behavior. In autumn, when the days get shorter and temperatures begin to drop, the wood frogs begin to seek out sheltered areas, often burrowing under logs, leaves, or other natural debris, preparing for the harsh winter months. Their ability to survive being frozen solid during this time is not only fascinating, but a marvel of evolutionary adaptation. As the temperatures drop, the frog's body enters a hibernation-like state. Its organs stop functioning, and the body freezes in place. This is not like regular hibernation. The wood frog is actually freezing to the point of being nearly lifeless. But the most incredible part of this process is that the wood frog's cells don't rupture from the freezing temperatures. Instead, the frog produces a natural anti-freeze substance, which allows it to survive this near-death experience. Now, let's talk about their enemies. The biggest threat to these frogs are snakes and birds, which love small frogs, especially water snakes, which can easily move in the water and hunt them down. Predatory birds are also a huge threat to these frogs, but it also has a strange friend, its environment. Because this frog survives extreme cold, it faces less competition with other amphibians, which helps it live more easily. These frogs don't have any special venom and are harmless. However, to survive in winter, their bodies produce a chemical that makes their cells resistant to freezing. This chemical allows these frogs to survive the extreme cold and remain alive during the harsh winter seasons. These frogs typically live for several years, but eventually they either fall prey to predators or die from disease and old age. After death, their bodies decompose and become nutrients for the soil and small organisms. Even in death, they contribute to the natural cycle. These frogs mostly live in the forests of North America, especially in Canada, and parts of the US areas with harsh winters are the perfect home for these resilient creatures. The wood frog's role in the ecosystem goes far beyond just being a survivor. They help control insect populations and provide food for larger predators. Their tadpoles are also an important part of the aquatic ecosystem, feeding on algae and helping to maintain balance in their environments. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a comment below and don't forget to subscribe to the Nosy channel and hit the bell so you don't miss any more exciting videos. Until next time, goodbye.